it's Mitchell back with a new video. I guess that what we would be talking about today is maps and positioning, and we're gonna start off with the Dust 2 for this one. This is basically just a rough picture of the Dust 2, and what we will be talking about is basically where you should move and where CT and T side should move, and we'll go into some detail with this as we progress. So, okay. Well, basically, you're terrorists. I'm gonna change the color of that. You're terrorists right here. This is probably some of what you will spawn like. Reasonable. You could either go to B or to A or to short. Well, this is up to you. Most teams would probably split up either way or just all go B, but it's really unlikely that you will have an all A long push. And this, let's say your team decides to go to A, and he's you don't really know what they're talking about, you're new in the game, and he says, let's do an A split. Well, basically what this means is either 3 go long, or 2 go short or catwalk, or you can go catwalk from that position as well, probably better. But yeah, that's about what it means. And when the 3 guys on that went long has managed to clear off this, you should be right here, ready to attack anybody on spot from 2 different angles. So that these guys can progress and throw a smoke to CT, or you can do that for them in case they don't have smokes. So that's basically an A split, I guess. So you want to do a B push with one guy going mid to try to clear out one guy mid. Maybe he's going up catwalk to pick somebody. Doesn't really matter. So what that means is that you'll probably go into this tunnel right here, 4 of you, while one guy throws a smoke to mid and then progresses as the smoke is going off, and he can choose to either go in here, go up catwalk, peek and maybe pick, or he can go straight into dark. And the reason for that being that he's going mid is that basically it creates some confusion, because if let's say there's a sniper right here though, you have a smoke, so you're ready to push down to dark to maybe try to go up mid, or you can progress and go up catwalk. So this is basically up to what you guys feel like doing. So yeah, I think that's about it for the terrorist side. Always there's a lot of confusion when you play in the lower leagues, but you get the point of that, I hope. Let's go to CT. CT spawns down here, under the top of the roof. And usually they have 2 on long. 2 guys here on long. One guy, let's put it into... One guy might go pit, and one guy can stand here, or both stand there, depends. One guy would go short, or he can go short through mid. This is what I actually recommend, as we have these 2 guys, and we have one guy mid and 2 on B. This means that this guy prevents these 2 players on B to get pushed from behind. He cannot do that while standing right there on catwalk or short. So he doesn't have any cover of mid, as he can stand there, but there's too much chance of they coming here and just killing him instantly. So I would recommend having one guy on mid so he can scout whatever's going on mid. And the proper way of going back against the B push is, I would recommend this guy, if they're still alive, that one guy goes behind and one guy goes up here, so that this player can immediately go up to B. And that being that he goes down here is that you can not again get pushed from behind. And that's why he should always go to mid. And I guess that this is more of a team strategy thing I'm talking about, but this is just learning what possibilities you have on each map. I'm gonna do a lot more maps, so don't worry about that. This is gonna be a long video. So now that you have cleared off everything, you basically have trapped the terrorists in tunnels, and your whole mission on playing as CT is to trap terrorists. You don't always have to kill them. Trapping them is enough to basically win the game, because the clock doesn't go for more than 1 point, or maybe it's 2 minutes exactly. Yeah, I can't remember right now, but yeah, let's move on to straight on full A rush or slow push, or doesn't really matter. But yeah, in this case you will have one guy there, two guys here, and two guys there. And this player detects that two smokes came on long, flashes or even more. And what these two guys should do is to instantly nade, try to push them back, try to make them go back to short, because that is easier for this guy to just pick them, because right there is easy to headshot from mid, or even just do damage, do enough damage. For fighting on mid is so much easier for one CT than what it would be for 5 terrorists to kill him, because the gap between the doors are so small and he can see them better because he's closer to the door than what they are. So this is a lot of possibilities, but the proper way to recall from B. The proper way would be to get one guy to go here, just stand there a little bit, check T-spawn in case this guy is afraid of somebody going up, then he should call that. And if there are no players here, that means that he should push down to dark and stand here and peek a little bit, because if they're not going either way, they're probably standing here confused. And the other guy, he should instantly remove up here to spot. The reason for that being, even though you know that nobody is going A long, nobody's going short, nobody's going B, what is going on? And after, if nothing happens after about 10 to 15 to 20 seconds, this guy standing right here, he should move up to dark or tunnel again into main right here. And then again, when they finally decide to push, and it's A short, doesn't really matter if it's a tunnel. Same thing if it's a B push, just go here and there. Doesn't really matter, but the point being that you have one guy in tunnel all the time is that if they rush short, you have one guy behind, and that is so important. Plus you have one guy on spot as well. So I think that that's all about defending, and briefly though, there's a lot of ways to do this, but I just showing the basics, and I hope you like that. I'm gonna go with nuke being the next map. Okay, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. Again, I'm gonna start with the terrorist side. This map is super hard to play as terrorists. I promise you, it's ridiculous how hard it is to play as terrorists on this map. But yep, let's go with it. Okay, you have always 5 guys spawning. Basically, this map is so hard to explain how to do it as a terrorist, because yeah, It's so fucked up, this map. I hate it so much. But yeah, you're spawning. It's basically, this is not tactics for pistol rounds, ecos or anything, but this is main tactics just to stick with and learn. Basically, what you have that terrorists likely will do on this map is try to trick CT, as if they can get an easy, very easy plant, because if you get the bomb down, it's not hard, as hard at least, to play as terrorists. Getting the bomb down is the main goal for you right now. So what they will probably do as terrorists is to get out here, throw a smoke over this, lands on the roof right there, and instantly smokes off any snipers or anything like that. And this is tricking. This is not what the terrorists will probably do. But if you're a sniper, you're standing there as counter-terrorists, he will probably move up there, or get in there, or stand behind here, or go up in heaven. That's the 4 possibilities for him, or he could stick in garage and wait for the smoke. But yeah, this basically means that the sniper will probably not get down to ramp as quick as he should. And what I would recommend the terrorist to then do, as of the smoke is lying here smoking everything, for the sniper, you can get the teammate to throw one more to make it more likely that you're going outside, or even one there as well. It costs a lot, but it's totally worth it if you're able to win a round off it. But yeah, as of the guys that aren't smoking are just waiting in lobby. This is what you should do. Wait in lobby, not make a sound. Get one guy to stand there to get any infiltrators that might come from ramp to check radio. And if they don't see anyone in radio, they will probably, or get into radio, basically, if they don't see anyone in radio. They will get into your radio to check lobby, because nothing has happened now for a while. And let's say you have one guy still out in yard, you told him stay in yard. This is really important. If he does, he can do a few things. He can get up on roof, jump to silo, and peek for the sniper. The sniper at this point most likely have backed because nothing has happened out on yard, so he's standing in heaven most likely, or he might have moved down to ramp. This is the problem with this map, because it's so little space that CT has to defend, and there's so much space for terrorists to try to make something out of it, and terrorist really likes that this should be the CT thing. And yeah, let's move on. This is a hard map to explain, so I'm sorry if this is gonna take some time. So you have one guy there, you're standing in lobby, send only one guy out here to peek. And if the sniper has moved down here, that is the best thing that could have happened so far. Then all the 3 guys that are here, one go through the door, 2 in blue. The door guy should go out, peek this corner and that corner, and then peek heaven. But this have to happen so quick. And yeah, this guy out in yard should move to main as he peeks heaven, or garage, or spawn, or the 2 windows. He should get into main, as at this point when he is in main, you will probably have a guy planting the bomb at A, and then you should have one in blue that should probably stand right there in blue, that is peeking radio. And now the correct positioning of this guy is to just stand here, checking main the whole time he's there, checking main and looking out for any one coming from behind. And you should have one guy, even though it's most likely that the first person getting up in heaven will check that spot right next to the vent. It's so important to have a guy there to check if somebody's coming there. And as you have the bomb planted, you can see how easy it is to defend. When you have one guy in blue looking at radio. You have one guy in main looking out for yard. You have one guy on the vent and one on the plant, probably gonna hide right there behind the box, and it's easy to defend as terrorists. But this is an unlikely situation, but this is just a tactic though. And yeah, let's move on to a full-on B rush from you terrorists. So basically what you should do on a full-on B rush is to send two guys out here to yard, and that is important because these guys will throw smoke that lands on the roof, covers the sniper spot, and then covers, don't cover main, but cover right here at the box. And then what I would recommend, it's a risky move, but it usually works. At the same time as these guys have smoked outside, you have two guys moving down to ramp, peeking, trying to picking the guy maybe standing there. And if they get the pick, then it's full on for one guy with the bomb to get out here and jump down the vents. And when he is in vents, the two guys out on yard will try to progress down to secret. And as he is down on spot, he should wait for the guys from ramp to get down. And the reason for that being is that CT from ramp, they have there's just so little time. They can get down on ramp in a second. They can get down in the vents in just a sec. This is why it's so important that everybody is so connected in the team you're playing on. And I know that matchmaking, yeah, it's pretty rough to play because people don't really tend to do what they're supposed to do. They like to stand and jump and hump each other out on yard and die, and yeah, it's not fun to play matchmaking though. I don't really like it. Yeah, well, anyways, that I think is all for T-site because it's extremely hard to play on this map. As of CT though, it's the easiest thing ever. If you can't do it, then you should probably uninstall the game. No, I'm just joking, but the main thing for counter-terrorists is that one guy goes yard, and one guy goes main, and one guy goes heaven, and basically this is how it should look. The guy in heaven though, he can go around up here and stand down there, do whatever he wants. But you should have two guys on ramp, or if you have a player that's good enough, he can probably hold ramp by himself, and you can stand there and one in heaven, up as being up the rails or down in the vent. But I think that's it for the CT side, because it's ridiculously easy to play CT on Nuke. Yeah, I don't think I have to go in any more details than just one being yard, one being in main, one being heaven, two guys maybe ramp, or two guys up in A sites. But the reason for having one out in the yard, even though he doesn't have a sniper, all the noobs or the lower ranked people always tend to not have a guy in the yard. And even though he doesn't have a sniper, or they don't tend to have him there, unless he has a sniper though, that's what I tried to say. But if he doesn't have a sniper, it doesn't matter, he should still be in the garage, because people, they like the fake stuff. They like to be assholes. And that's why it's so important that everybody keeps their position and don't pussy out like a little bitch every time something happens in matchmaking. I'm sorry, I really hate matchmaking. But yeah, let's do one more map for this video, because my internet is bad, you guys. It takes me an hour to upload 10 megabytes of video. So let's do a series of this, go through every map I can possibly understand and shit, but let's do one more. I'm gonna find out that in a bit. Alright, I'm back. The next map I chose was Mirage, because this is an interesting map. It's a fun map to play, most players actually like to play it, and let's progress. Let's start with the CT side. Basically, what CTs will do is they will have a guy jail or van and one in cat corner right there. This depends on where this guy feels comfortable enough. Is he gonna stand on van? I would recommend always having a guy on van in the start to just see if they're coming. If it sees they're coming, fire 2 shots or maybe try to get a lock shot, but don't stand there too long because terrorists and their AKs. But yeah, this is the basic layout. One guy is probably firebox or triple stack or the danger box, and one will be stairs, and you have one on mid. If he doesn't see anything on mid right there, fuck. One on mid in the window or sniper's nest. If it doesn't see anything coming, and the guy on firebox hears steps in apps, this guy should recall to jungle and stand in that door and peek up to balcony or apps. And that's the basic layout for CTs. Let's move on to terrorists. By the way, this picture I would recommend taking a look at. It's on Google. I just found them there. I searched for Mirage CSGO from above, and I found this image. It was great. This is a great way to learn where things are as of door, kitchen, window. This would, I would say, be window, but from kitchen window or something. Yeah, something like that. And you basically learn where everything is. Now let's move on to the terrorist. Okay, terrorists. Oh, what the terrorists. Will you go mid? Will you go B? Will you go A? I'm gonna teach you a great strategy right now. This is amazing because it fucking 89% of the time it works. Okay, let's get into the shit tactic I'm gonna learn you right now. Okay, the tactic is that you send the 2 guys to mid. 2 guys. Maybe an AVP, maybe not. You send 2 guys to B apps. Probably not right there, but let's standing at the B kitchen or stove as it's named on this picture. Picking out, making noise, flashing over here and into cat corner jail onto B spot. Flashing, doing shit. But one guy goes A apartments, hiding out. And as of these guys getting out on mid, clearing off mid, the guy on the AAPs should be able to move out because there might only be one guy left if there is one left, because they have instantly recalled to B because one guy is, especially in matchmaking, is it's B, it's B, it's B, even though he doesn't know. This will be great if these guys on mid smoke off connector, because that's a sign of going catwalk or B short up to B. And as they do that, this guy moves out, go down the ladder, just first peek everything that there is to peek. And when you have done that and that is clear and cool and everything's good, you move down here to B, to the balcony ladder thing, get down, check firebox. If there's nothing here, then you move on, get the plant down, instantly get the CT, throw smoke right across as hard as you fucking can, and this will hit the tower and smoke off catwalk. And as of that is going on, these 2 guys from B-Apps has returned to stairs and are now underground. And these guys mid, they have pushed themselves down to connector, both of them, and one is standing here camping jungle, and one has moved upstairs looking for anything that can come from T site and basically CT, and the guy here is hiding behind firebox. And these 2 guys though, one stands on mid, and then this guy is free to do whatever he wants. If he wants to go back to B, maybe stand CT, watch, doesn't really matter. Sorry if I'm going a little bit fast, but just pause the video, check the markers I'm laying out, and try to understand. I only have a few tactics I can show you, because this map is new to me, but that is a great A tactic. As of B, it's really likely that someone will go mid. Up to 3 people go mid, because matchmaking is retarded. And say 2 guys go mid though, more regular. But also 1 guy should go apps, just to get easy picks of. Remember, my channel is for low rank players. It's not for the supreme or global. So if you're supreme and global, don't comment shit on my videos, please, because it's not meant for you. It's not that I don't want you to watch. If you like me and want to watch it, fine, be my guest. We can play, because I'm bad. You can boost me to global, so I feel pro. But no, don't do it. Whatever. Let's move on though. 1 guy standing in apps, and these 2 are free to do whatever they want. They should probably smoke out the connector again, smoke off window maybe. Unless you have an AVP, you should actually smoke off window anyways. And 1 can move out the ladder room, and 1 can stay cart maybe. And the apps person, when this is all going on, of course you have 2 guys there as well, trying to progress, smoking, flashing, doing whatever they can. The funny thing about Mirage is that it's an even map, I would say, but I think it's easier to play terrorists on that map, because I don't know, I'm only Eagle, so I don't know if the pro guys think differently. Or I'm DMG, I think. Yeah, fuck, I got D-ranked. Remember now. Yeah, well, basically pick off anything. Always so important on this map is to get the first pick in the window, because then the CT is only 4 guys left. And as of, just telling you real quick, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is awesome, because you don't need a great aim to be a top player. That's the fun thing about playing. This whole map, think of it as a sandwich, for example. And the pro guys with the pro aim, or they think they're pro because they can aim good and gets 40 kills each game, they bite off this part of the sandwich. And the less good guys with the, they would say, bad aim, they bite off this whole part. As long as they are good with flashes, smokes, good at calling, good at making up tactics on the spot. But if you're a bad aim and you don't really talk in game, you bite off this much of the sandwich. This little part right there. And that good aimer in CSGO, it means really to nothing, but it's always good to have a good fragger in your team, because it's easy for him to get those instant shots, it's easy for him to be on your back watching out. And as of, if I were to play a team role, I would probably be support or strat caller, but that's just me. I hope you liked this video, you guys. Please write in the comments below which maps you want me to do next, and move on and see you later. Also, I have a giveaway when we hit 500 subscribers or 500 likes on my Facebook page. As of now it's 0, I think, because I just started this YouTube channel yesterday, but the giveaway will be a StatTrack USP Guardian minimal wear. But I know it's probably think that that's a lot to ask for that, but I really want to get this channel up and going. Please share it with your friends. I have a lot to offer the CSGO community, and it would be great to teach people. I love it. And yeah.